Hi, this is Marty from Photoshop Arthouse. I'm going to show you how to add dramatic sun rays or sunbeams to your photos. For your convenience, I provided this photo that we could use for this project. Its link is in my video's description or project files. Feel free to use another photo if you like. The first step is to isolate the brightest areas of the image. Go to Select and Color Range. Select Highlights. The fuzziness setting determines how wide a range of colors is in the selection, while the range expands or constricts it. For this image, set the fuzziness to 0% and the range to 200. Press Q on your keyboard to switch to the Quick Mask mode. Open the Pencil tool and Pencil Picker. Its hardness and opacity are 100%. To adjust the pencil size, make sure the caps lock key is off and press the right or left bracket key on your keyboard. Brush over areas that aren't windows or lights. Press Q again to revert it to a selection. Go to Select and Save Selection. Then click OK or press Enter or Return. We'll isolate the main window where the sun rays will be applied. Press Q again to enter the Quick Mask mode, enlarge the pencil, and brush over areas that aren't part of the main window. Then change it back into a selection. Next, we'll slightly contract the selection to widen the crisscross borders, separating the glass panes. This will ultimately separate the sunlight through the glass, giving us more delineated sun rays. Go to Select, Modify, and Contract. Contract it 2 pixels. Go back to Select and Save Selection. Name it Window. Deselect it by pressing Ctrl or Command D. Click the adjustment layer icon and select Exposure. This simulates a camera's exposure settings. For this image, set the exposure to -3 to darken it overall. Offset adjusts midtones, while gamma adjusts dark tones. Open the Channels panel. If you don't see it, go to Window and Channels. Control or Command-click the Alpha 1 thumbnail to load the selection. Open back the Layers panel and open the Fill window by pressing Shift plus the F5 key at the top of your keyboard or by going to Edit and Fill. Choose Black from the Contents list. This fills the layer mask with black. The black in the layer mask reveals those areas of the original photo under it. Deselect it. If you don't see the Properties panel, go to Window and Properties. Feather the layer mask 2 pixels and reduce its density to 70%. Click the New Layer icon to make a new layer. We'll fill it with black, but before we do, check your foreground and background colors. If they aren't black and white respectively, press D on your keyboard. Since black is our foreground color, press Alt or Option plus Delete to fill our empty layer with black. Open the Channels panel. Control or Command-click the window channel to select its shape. We'll fill the inside of the selection with white, and since our background color is white, press Control or Command plus Delete. Then deselect it. It's okay if you see random black spots since our crisscross shapes will be blurred next. Go to Filter, Blur, and Radial Blur. The amount is 100, the blur method is zoom, and the quality is best. Drag the blur center to the upper left corner of the preview window. Go back to Filter and click Radial Blur. This repeats the filter. Go back to Filter and Radial Blur. Repeat these steps 3 more times. We'll convert this layer into a smart object so we can modify it non-destructively. Click the icon at the upper right and click Convert to Smart Object. go back to Filter, and again Radial Blur. We'll keep the same settings, so press Enter or Return. Repeat these steps twice more. Change its blend mode to Screen. We'll make 2 copies of this layer by pressing Ctrl or Command J twice. Next, we'll hide the sun rays above the window, but before we do, we'll group all the sun rays layers into a folder. Shift-click Layer 1, which selects all the sun ray layers, and press Ctrl or Command G. Let's name it SUNRAYS. Click the Layer Mask icon to make a layer mask next to the folder. Open the Channels panel and Ctrl or Command-click the window channel to select its shape. Invert the selection by pressing Ctrl or Command-Shift-I. Hide the selection by pressing Ctrl or Command-H. The selection is still there, it's just hidden from view. Open back the Layers panel. Open the Brush tool and Brush Picker. Pick a soft, round brush. Make its size approximately 45 pixels. Its hardness is 0%. Its opacity, flow, and smoothing are 100%. Smoothing does what it says. It'll smooth out our brush strokes. Carefully brush over the outside of the window to mask out the sun rays. I did an in-depth tutorial on smoothing on my Blue Lightning TV channel, so if you'd like to watch it, I provided its link as well. Reduce the smoothing to 0% and brush over the rest of the sun rays above the window. Place your cursor over the eyeball icon next to the Sunrays folder and press and hold Alt or Option as you click it. This hides all the other layers. Control or Command-click the New Layer icon to make a new layer below the folder. We'll fill it with black, which is our foreground color. The reason the upper left corner filled with black is because the black area in the layer mask above it is revealing the black under it. Open the Channels panel and Control or Command-click any of the active channels to select its tones. Go to Select and Save Selection. Name it SUNRAYS. Then deselect it. Open back the Layers panel. Now that we saved the selection of the tones as a channel, we can delete the black layer by pressing the Delete key on our keyboard. To reveal all the layers, Alt or Option-click the eyeball icon next to the Sunrays folder. Make the folder active and make a new layer above it. Go to Filter, Render, and Clouds. We'll stretch out the clouds laterally with our Transform tool. Press Ctrl or Command-T. Go to a middle side anchor point and press and hold Alt or Option as you drag it out approximately this much. Then press Enter or Return. Change its blend mode to Soft Light. We'll place the clouds into a folder by pressing Ctrl or Command-G. Let's name it Clouds. Open the Channels panel and Control or Command-click the Sunrays channel to select its shape. Open back the Layers panel and click the Layer Mask icon to make a layer mask of the selection next to the Clouds folder. This restricts the clouds to the inside of the white area of the layer mask and hides the rest of it. Make the Clouds layer active and make 2 copies of it by pressing Ctrl or Command-J twice. If we want, we can reposition any of the clouds. Lastly, let's brighten the area of the church behind the sunrays. I'll collapse the folder to save a little space in the Layers panel. Control or Command-click the layer mask next to the Clouds folder to select its shape. Make the Exposure Layer Mask active and press Alt or Option plus Delete 2 or 3 times to fill the selection with black. Then deselect it. This is Marty from Photoshop Arthouse. If you found any of this video helpful, please click like and subscribe. Thanks.